young girls come up to me and they say thank you, or a mom comes up to me and says thank you. You know, my little girl didn't love her hair, but because you wore that to the Oscars, or because you wore that afro, you know what I mean, she loves her hair now.
Hello all, it's Julie here. I know it's been a while, but how are you doing? I'm back, okay? So let's get straight into it. I saw this short clip while scrolling through Twitter. Yeah, don't do that. Twitter is just a weird place. Well, I saw this clip while scrolling and it had this caption saying, "Why would she do this?" And I creased my eyebrows in confusion, wondering what the typically unproblematic Hollywood sweetheart, aka Zendaya, had done now. In this world of constantly canceling people at the drop of a hat, I was sure hoping Zendaya hadn't done something that would warrant her being cancelled. Because I actually like her, I enjoy her movies and her personality. So this picture sparked my memory, and I vaguely remember Zendaya facing backlash when she first wore this wig back when I valued my mental health. Then, when I chose peace and simply scrolled by while rolling my eyes when I saw posts that annoyed me. I remember the comments back then that seemed to stem from a place of severe low IQ and victimhood. Now, the video has resurfaced again for some reason, and Zendaya is once again facing backlash and mockery for wearing kinky hair because she's a biracial with light skin and curly hair. I saw some abysmal takes on this issue, and I want to make this video to highlight the hypocrisy, tired excuses, and cognitive dissonance of a certain caliber of people. 4C hair is the kinkiest texture of hair. It's hair that is tightly coiled, dense, and often described as coarse. On the hair chart, it can be seen as the tightest pattern of hair that is. And I know some of you are trying to abolish the hair chart, or don't subscribe to it, or don't believe in it. I do. But that's a video for another day. But this hair type has faced the most discrimination and exclusion in the media and general society through time. It's also often associated with Africans or people with darker skin tones, and often categorized as masculine. I obviously think all that is bullshit, but it's been a thing where black people have mixed kids with an expectation that they water down the concentration of their blackness. This means lighter skin, colored eyes, looser hair. It's quite pitiful. It's a quite pitiful mentality. Now, we have Africans or darker skinned people. I mean, obviously I'm saying that just because you should have kids because you meet someone that you feel like you want to have kids with, or you're in love with them, not because you are trying to run away from yourself. That's incredibly pathetic. Anyways, moving on. Now, we have Africans or darker skinned people with loose hair textures, of course, as well as light skinned people with, or mixed race people with tighter coils or 4C hair. And sometimes light or mixed people have made the decision to undergo public humiliation rituals by coming to demand wild-eyed mid-meltdown while they are born cursed with nigger hair. They think having one white parent means they are old loose skin, or having lighter skin should guarantee them anything but type 4 hair.
Don't come at my neck for saying this, but I feel like I'm not considered light skinned because I don't have the light skin curly pretty hair. I have 4C hair. I'm pretty. I'm definitely light, but I don't feel like people on the streets would be like, oh, she's light skinned. I don't know.
But alas, it doesn't always work like that. The flip side of this is dark skinned people being asked if they are mixed for having loose or long hair. There are quite an amount of embarrassing public meltdowns from the biracial, wondering why the magic genes skipped them, because they wanted the curse to go back, double up, and go to the next dark-skinned girl and not them. Complexion and hair, pretty much anything that can be compared to whiteness, typically gets a visceral reaction from black people. Still, it's like the closer you are to whiteness, the better you are treated, or the more value you have. It's quite embarrassing, honestly. Now, to the video of today, isolated, I'd watch a video like this and think, how cute Zendaya is doing this. She may not have 4C hair, but the fact that she wore a wig that looks like the texture that is rarely represented in the media is great. Of course, I believe her when she says like little girls feel better about her hair when they are wearing hair like that, or that parents are grateful to her for making their kids their daughters excited to wear their afros. Another popular biracial celebrity publicly declared 4C hair as the worst hair ever and said he can kiss her.
4C could suck my ass, is what 4C could do. 4C could bend over and lick my ass. Good luck trying to finger comb it. Good luck trying to put a wide tooth through it the first couple of minutes. Jesus Christ. Why even God was like, let me give this bitch 4C hair just so that she could go bald. You know what I mean?
And then went on to shave her hair afterwards. Although Doja did go on to say that she never liked having hair or her relationship with hair, I think the 4C hair part is implied. It's not said, but you know, we know why, babes. I don't see her doing the same if her natural hair looks like the wig she dons. Like I said, many biracials feel like their old wavy or silky hair or even light skin, and it's like an affront on their heritage when they can be easily lumped in with these other niggas. Okay, it's also no surprise that even monoracial black people turn their nose up at 4C hair. Rarely do you see it represented on the big screen, except in roles where the female characters go through trials and tribulations, or it's a Wakanda universe. Silky or wavy hairs are for the soft life and feminine love interests in movies. And then the 4C hair textures are for when it's time for the woman to suffer. This is what we take in and accept inadvertently as we consume this content. Now, I've spoken before about the crab mentality among black people, where it's like there's an unspoken agreement that if I'm miserable, then everyone must be. They don't want you to save them, they don't want to save themselves, they don't want to be saved. Period. All they want to do is talk about slavery and laws that existed over a century ago. They don't want to do any work to heal or move on. In fact, suggesting it is an affront. Conversation is circular and then there is no remedy to their ills. This type of people are exhausting and quite frankly should be avoided. When I read comments and little think pieces surrounding this issue, I just heaved a deep, heavy sigh and tried not to scream into the void.
No, I'm still sad. It didn't work.
But let's see if you have more tolerance than me before we talk about my issues with many of these statements. Let's go with the first comments that we can find here. Didn't think this needed to be said, but light-skinned and or biracial people can participate in blackface by painting their skin darker and wearing 4C wigs when they do not have that hair texture. Whoa. Just like that, Zendaya has been accused of blackface for wearing an afro. A half black woman. I honestly wouldn't even go to the extent of saying a non-black person wearing an afro is doing blackface, but here we are. I'm short of words because there is no way you literally drew a straight line from a biracial woman wearing an afro to the act that racist white people would put on for entertainment at the expense of black people, where they donned costume to imitate how they thought black people looked and spoke and acted to degrade and dehumanize them. An afro on a biracial woman is dehumanizing to black people. I think there is something fundamentally and possibly irreversibly wrong in the brains of people who think like this. Zendaya is one of those mixed celebrities that just does her own thing. She talks about her experience with being mixed. She doesn't make herself a victim. She actually gives voice to unfair treatment of people who don't look like her and doesn't make her whole personality about the struggle, you know. I think comparing a half-black woman with textured hair herself, donning an afro wig to racist white people making a caricature of black people is asinine. I'd insist on public whipping if I had the power, but listen, can we talk about the sinister motive behind tweets like this? I don't know if it's intentional, but it's creepy and disturbing. It reads like those documented stories of someone finding the cure to cancer and then mysteriously disappearing after a while. Whenever someone tries to make a post to uplift 4C hair or black women being carefree and happy, a certain caliber of perpetually downtrodden people come to nitpick and find faults and kind of bully the poster into not making posts like that anymore. They do this in the name of being intellectual and deep and pro-black, but it's anything but that. It's sinister and weird. I talked about this in my video titled The Real Reason Why a Pretty Black Woman is a Threat. When a thread was made to celebrate 4C hair, they complained that all the hairs were too long and the hairs were all combed and styled. This was anti-black to them because apparently styling your hair or not wearing it in the way it is straight out of the shower is self-hate. Not always plastering straight wigs to your hair. No. You when you comb your 4C hair and you stretch it out so you can style it. You hate yourself. That's black math. That is buzz down math. As usual, the Twitter user with the most buzzwords and unnecessary emotionalism garnered the most agreements. When a thread was made about black girls taking pictures in nature in pretty dresses, they called it slavery reminiscent and said that the girls looked like slaves. When a dark-skinned black woman was praised for being beautiful, they said she was Eurocentric and it was anti-black because her nose wasn't big. When a thread of black girls in clean girl aesthetic went viral, people went feral at the poster, saying she only posted pretty girls and she was anti-black and exclusionary. Like, what are you people yapping about? There are so many examples of people being borderline demented when it comes to these issues, and it's concerning. Blackface is derogatory. Someone, whether mixed or not, wearing an afro wig because they find it beautiful is not. Now, I want whoever thinks this way to look in the mirror and spray holy water on their image. Squeeze your eyes shut and say, "My existence shall not be associated with struggle." Go on. Say it, don't be shy. My existence shall not be associated with struggle. That stick up my ass shall be no more. I shall let black features be appreciated and loved without thinking up an ulterior motive because I have unsettled issues within myself. I shall let black features be appreciated and loved without thinking up an ulterior motive because I have unsettled issues with myself. Now say this over and over till you've exhausted all the water in the bottle and then repent afterwards. I'll rate this comment a 7 over 10 on a scale of weird and a 5 over 10 on a scale of victimhood. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rate your abysmal comments. Next, this one goes, "What's up? I'm mixed. She's goofy as hell for this and she knows better. Her natural hair is in the 3s and this ain't a texture. Her putting it on is like when Zoe Saldana goofy ass put on darker makeup to play Nina Simone and all the chicken cutlet brains were like, it's fine because she's black." Darkening your skin to play the role of a dark-skinned woman you look nothing like takes away job opportunities that should have gone to an actual dark-skinned woman who can play that role. Zendaya is simply wearing a wig that makes little black girls want to wear their hairs. She is positively reinforcing 4C appearance. Zoe Saldana was weird, Zendaya is not. Hope this helps. They are not the same. You are goofy. Next. Goofy ass comment. Now this one goes, "Now show me where she has 4C hair." First of all, mixed people can have 4C hair. Whether or not she has 4C hair is irrelevant. Are you going to stop at this, or will you be going around to investigate any 4C wig you see on the road to make sure that it matches the wearer's texture? If Zendaya was a dark-skinned girl with looser hair, can she still not wear 4C hair, or this rule only applies to light skins or biracials? You people need to admit that you passionately champion the extinction of 4C hair, so you have no reason to wear yours. Weirdness scale, I'm going to rate that a 7 over 10. On the scale of victimhood, you get a 5 over 10. I need you to dedicate your life to giving to the needy as your penance and practice abstinence for 2 years to banish the demons that reside therein. Next. This one goes, "She's not one of them, and it's saying shit like this that makes us hate mixed people. No one said she can't have 4C hair. She doesn't. She's pretending she has an afro and she encouraged people to embrace hair she doesn't have. Y'all are annoying and the dislike we have is earned." She's not pretending to have 4C hair, same way you're not pretending to be smart. Same way no one buys that the lace wigs are your real hairs. That's not how wigs work. You people always want to twist things and distort it and make it so ugly just because intentions cannot be 100% proven. I can be tall and tell people to not feel insecure about their height and embrace being short. This does not come from a place of tone deafness. This is a pathetic attempt and probably why Zendaya hasn't worn an afro since then. You're just a hateful person and hate makes you ugly. On the scale of weirdness, I'm going to rate this a 9 over 10. And on the scale of victimhood, I'm going to rate this a 5 over 10. You need to seek Christ expeditiously. Next. You know what? I'm just going to stop with that for now. But yeah, now that I've talked about those comments, let's talk about how people with non-4C hair wearing 4C wigs is actually a good thing or a positive thing or something that you shouldn't be bothered by. First of all, Zendaya is a person of influence, widely agreed to be beautiful. She could wear a sackcloth and everyone would come together to talk about how she slayed it and how they need a sackcloth now. Her wearing a kinky wig might make people curious and also interested. We've all seen her hair to know she doesn't have texture like that. So she's wearing it out of choice, not because she has to or because she was born that way, you know. She's worn a variety of hair types and colors for no reason other than she wanted to. So why does she need to write a thesis, pledge an oath, and sign an undertaking stating that her intentions are pure when it comes to 4C wig? This girl is half black. Be for real. Except you think it's impossible for anyone to genuinely like 4C hair? Another reason why this shouldn't put a stick up anyone's ass is because making it so that every other hair texture is free game for black people except 4C hair is weird, discriminative, and stupid. You've worn that 3C wig so much you begin to think it's your hair, but a 3C babe cannot wear a 4C wig because her hair doesn't look like that. It sounds like you just want to complain, to be honest. Encouraging other people to find something you have on attractive is literally a model's job. Wanting people to buy into what you have on is literally a model's job, and Zendaya is a model. If she wanted to sell, quote unquote, sell the 4C hair aesthetic, why can't she? After all, the biggest advertisers for straight Asian hairs are black women. This doesn't seem like double standards to you, because it does to me. If one single girl saw that picture of Zendaya and said, "Mommy, I want to wear my hair like that to school or for my birthday because Zendaya wore hers like that," that's a win in my book. Like, that's a win. That's the goal. That's everything. So it's very weird that this is causing such commotion, or people feel like she's doing this in a way that is derogatory. Lastly, before I go, I would say this. It may seem like picking on or mocking Zendaya for wearing 4C hair is sticking it to the texturism, but what you're doing is making it clear that it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like, 4C hair will get you laughed at and bullied. I know you have all these grand excuses as to why you're doing it and how you're just and right because you're flipping the script, but that impressionable young girl or woman is saying nothing other than yet another person being mocked for having kinky hair. It doesn't matter that it's a wig. It doesn't matter that she's biracial. All they say is 4C hair will get you bullied. And that's a sum up of all my points when it comes to this issue. Oh, wait, there's one more. Let's read this final comment before I go. This one goes, black people wearing straight-haired wigs because of anti-blackness and texturism is not the same as someone who benefits from texturism and featureism, for that matter, slapping a 4C afro on their head. You can make the argument that one is almost a necessity for livelihood. The reason for straight wigs is because of anti-blackness, right? Is it to overcome it, encourage it, co-sign it, acknowledge it? In the long run, how do the straight wigs tackle the issue of anti-blackness? Because it is an issue, right? The wig started as a way of coping, right? Now, people wear them for different reasons. Aesthetic, fashion, dress up, enhancements, even insecurity, things like that. I think it's more respectful to say you wear or prefer the straight hairs because you find them pretty or easier, blah blah blah, but to keep on insisting that you're doing this out of obligation as if it comes at a sacrifice, as if the bust downs make you a martyr, is comical. You know, like, oh, I wouldn't do it if not because I have to, you know, it's for my people. I want to free my people. It's for hope. It's for justice. It's for the future. Straight hair is not a necessity for livelihood. Not anymore. It's 2024, yo. It's big 2024. Let's be for real. Let's stop the hyperbole, or no one will take you seriously at all soon. There are so many women in the workforce who wear their natural hairs. Women with textured hair get employed all the time. Of course, texturism and profiling still exist, and when they do occur, I believe reparation should be made. Someone has to pay. But the way to solve that isn't to hide under wigs. If you were doing it as a way to survive, then you would know it is a problem. If you're wearing a wig because you need to survive, it's a problem. But I think that many of you perpetuate texturism. You live by it and you want it to continue to exist, so you can have so many reasons as to why you can't live without your wigs or your straight hairs. Black women can wear any texture of wigs because she likes it or prefers it. That's her cup of tea. A mixed woman should also have every right to wear any type of wig because she wants to too. Doesn't have to be wearing 4C hair to make a political statement. She can wear it because she likes it. Zendaya was not wearing that hair to say, I am black, this is me, Wakanda. She wore it because she wanted to, because she liked it. And if a black girl saw her and was inspired by it, that's a win. She can wear it because she likes it. I know it's very hard for some to comprehend, but people that don't have 4C hair can actually like it without laughing at you behind your back. It's no more high school, baby. Shake yourself out of that trauma of being mean girled and be in the present. Let me see. On the scale of weirdness, that comment was a 10. And on the scale of victimhood, there goes our scale. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I hope you'll be typing them wearing an afro wig. 4C. I would not accept anything higher or lower. I don't know, however the case may be. It has to be 4C or else you are banned. I'm so sorry. I don't make the rules. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.